worse.
It is getting worse.
Mouthy, rude.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Insubordinate. He's still in mourning now about Klopp. Like, it's been going on for weeks, but he's just leave him to it.
Still doing a minute silence.
And he's still at it. Yes, we know we're live. Yeah, I'm watching myself on YouTube, which is what I always do.
All right?
Yeah, I'm all right, man. Are you all right?
I'm all right.
Been a bit of a busy bee, you, like, haven't you? Even busier than...
It's been a fucking...
No,
I've done nine videos today, Jay.
I mean, you're my mate and that, but I'm sick of hearing about you. I'm sick of people asking me about you. And just because you're best mates with Jose Mourinho now, you think you're big time.
I don't think we're best mates. Looking at the way the interview went. You're not allowed to laugh.
Oh, it's getting worse. We were just talking about going into press conferences and not giving a toss, doing what you like. And I admire a man who'll go into a press conference wearing shades, Bermuda shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. Don't you?
Yeah, like he's trying to cosplay as Glenn Quagmire.
As who, though? Who's that?
From Family Guy. Come on.
I don't watch it.
Jamie Jackson's here, by the way, from The Guardian, in case you haven't noticed. Who is the original, isn't he, Jamie? Jamie was the journalist who came on in the Devil's days when other journalists, technically some of them are journalists, used to look down the noses at us.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's not good, that.
They used to comment on us.
Yeah, I reckon you was definitely
Twitter.
one of them. Well, you was the reliable one. For sure that we can get on.
Yeah, you
Probably like when made your first one. I feel like Henry Winter's always been good.
Yeah.
Henry Winter's nice, isn't he?
Henry Winter's a lovely bloke.
He is a nice bloke, considering his stature as well.
He's properly...
And he gets it done, Henry Winter. Like, he embraces new, like yourself. He's like, not, YouTube, no. He's like, yeah, let's have a bit.
Exactly.
Who else was there? Who's been early doors ones?
OGs.
Yeah.
No one.
Honestly.
It's Jamie here.
Yeah. I remember going to the press conferences and just use the only one I used to say hello to.
Yeah, because it's fun, isn't it? It's all fun.
Yeah, this is it. Can't take it too seriously, can you?
Of course not.
And also, you're not just a football journalist. Football expert, sorry, yeah. You also do a bit of other writing. I've just put a link in the chat.
You got a new book coming?
For Jamie's Substack. Yes. Go and check it out. There's a link in the chat.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
And do you enjoy that more than the football side of things?
That is a really good question. I do like writing stories, like fiction, because I know it's going to sound funny, because this is what journalists get accused of anyway, but you can just make it all up. And my imagination, what's a good word, is quite vivid. So it's a good outlet for my imagination.
Because you've done like variations, haven't you?
I've done 3 United books, which are obviously non-fiction, and one of them's on the Substack, that link there. But I've also done a novel, Nighttime Cool. I've written another 8. My literary agent...
I'm sorry, that sounded like you said 8 there.
8 books?
Another 8 novels.
Novels?
Yeah.
Jesus,
apart from the public, I've got another 8 that I've written since 2016. Basically, since 2016, I've written a social biography, 9 novels, an Eric Ten Hag book that's on the Substack, and, I don't know, thousands of short stories and poems.
There was a Moyes one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, Moyes was before 2016.
Moyes was a bit... different, wasn't it? The season in the red.
Yes.
Was that like in cold blood the way you did it? Was that?
Yeah, I mean, it
was. I'll let you explain because you wrote it.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it was obviously when Ferguson just left, and Ferguson is very cinematic to write about the whole thing, and then the whole Moyes thing was quite. It's like a tragedy, wasn't it? Like a Greek tragedy, the way that went, 34 games. So very, very easy to write about, because Manchester United is very easy to write about because it's a very interesting club. Unlike some other ones, including mine, which is Forest, which is not that interesting, is it?
What's been your...
But isn't that mad, though?
Go on.
What?
The difference. Because, apart from the recent success of United, why? Why is United more glamorous than every other club?
Come on, the history, the players, Ferguson... The fact that everyone is interested in United, even if they're not interested in football, or even if they hate United, because it's massive, because it's a soap opera. Because what I just said, all the drama, Ferguson was an absolute joke of a genius.
What's going on down the road at Chelsea? Because that's a fucking drama.
Yeah, but it's still not the same scale of club, is it?
But that's what I'm saying. But
I think there's only 2. I think I've said this before on here. There's only 2 clubs in the world I think are sort of like Hollywood, and that is United and Real Madrid.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. In terms of what I just said, glamour.
No one's quite got a story like United, though. Of just the Phoenix rising.
You maybe take it for
many ways
because you supported them all your life and you're used to what we're talking about, but
like everything about United has been this sort of triumph over tragedy, sort of. Like even before, obviously, Munich air crash, like we didn't have a ground after World War II. They bombed it, and then by 1948 we won the FA Cup. 51, I think we won the league. Then you look at, obviously, Munich, Busby. Then you go 26 years without winning a title, and Fergie sort of fixes that sort of tune of winning 13. I mean,
he did all right, did he?
He's decent, yeah.
The amount, not Klopp.
No, come on.
The amount of books alone written on, you could write on one decade. Pick a decade of United's history. You could.
That's a great point.
Probably about 1,000 books on that decade.
Every decade
ridiculous.
is mint to like as in terms of a story and what's happened. And all.
Right.
Obviously, some decades are dark. By the way.
Let's do it. So because obviously it's easier later. But if you went 1900s, it was match fixing, wasn't it?
Yeah. And also
so
just
moving to Old Trafford and fixing matches.
Yeah. So
and you had your first league titles, didn't you?
Yeah, in 08.
Yeah. Then the guy Magnol who won that.
I remember that.
After City.
Well. Yeah.
Then you had like that was a Meredith era, wasn't it as well? Yeah. And then you had the 20s going into the 30s, which was like near financial ruin and all the rest of it. Yeah.
40s, Gaff got bombed.
Yeah. And then you get into the Busby
50s
Babes.
was a bit
Busby
good,
Babes. Then obviously Munich.
50s, 60s,
George
70s
Best
is Hollywood.
Yeah.
George Best.
80s is just fucking absolute drinking culture hooligans and fucking chaos.
Still winning stuff.
Finals and
big Ron.
Ends with this dour Scotch fella coming in. What's he going to do? Tune in next week and find out.
Exactly.
The fucking lot.
That's amazing, isn't it? As the story of the history.
There you go. There's a new book for you to do.
Yeah.
Can you do United in 10 chapters? A decade a chapter.
Yeah. Each chapter's like 5 books worth, though. I bet
There's enough there.
What's been your most enjoyable book to write?
Well, it's got to be a novel fiction. Do you mean United?
No, anything.
Fiction is my true love. Yeah, telling stories. Right. Yeah, because I tell you what, writing fiction is very difficult. But after about 20 years, I've sort of half cracked it. Do you know what I mean? For 20 years, when you see on X Factor, you see these, competitors say, "I really want it so much," but they actually haven't got any talent. That was kind of how I felt for years. I mean, maybe I haven't got any talent, but what I'm saying is, for 20 years, it was absolute dross, and then it became half good.
Now
because,
you're like,
well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I think I've got.
You can blow your own trumpet.
Well, I've got like a top literary agent who's got like Booker Prize winners and all. I don't know if that means anything to you, but like top fiction writers, all that, blah blah blah. And he wouldn't have me if I wasn't half decent. But it's going to sound a bit cheesy, but it was a dream of mine, and for years it was. It was like, what are you doing? But now that I half achieved it, all the hard work's worth it. And it's going to sound very boring, but actually, I think, when they say a player, for example, isn't very talented but a hard worker, I actually think hard work or not giving up is actually a talent in itself, because without that, like Ronaldo was unbelievably talented, but he worked so hard, he became even, mega. So I actually think this thing where people say, or some people say, is it not the most talented? But hard work, as I say, I think hard work is probably the one talent, the most important talent.
Yeah,
I think you're right. I don't think anyone who's had any form of success has it without that determination.
Your channel, you wouldn't be anywhere if you just gave it a couple of weeks and it's not quite going out. You know what I mean? You got to stick at it, right? You got to.
Yeah, I mean,
if you do that,
is it 10 years old now?
There you go. There you go. That's massive. That's massive.
Yeah, the first video I was on, Fergie was still the manager when it was Devils. So what was that? It's got to be 2013.
Mine was in the Moyes era.
Oh, look at you, Johnny come lately, and then he takes over. Oh, hello.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
It makes me like. Yeah. I mean, I was chatting to a lad that I served with yesterday, and I was saying like, the army's getting a lot of recruitment wrong at the moment because it's doing it with civilian contractors that
yes,
they get the tone wrong. But you go, do you know the things that he didn't recruit me. I wanted to be in the army since I was 6, so I was fucking knocking on that door anyway. And the lad that I was chatting to, he joined at a similar sort of time. Like, the opportunities for sport. The opportunities to travel. Yeah. That's what recruits fucking scumbag working class kids like me. It isn't all these weird fucking like subliminal messages that you see people trying to recruit. Right. You just go, nah, do you know what? There's good pay, there's good opportunities, and you get to play sport, and you recruit a lot of people.
How long did you do it for? How long were you doing it for?
7 years.
Wow.
That's mad, that's a mad sort of career trajectory going from that. to this, and then obviously going back in a different way to being involved in it. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
I think,
definitely. Yeah, interesting.
yeah, and I think that's.
I'm upset I left it so long to go back, but I also when I left, I went to try and get the surgery immediately. And the NHS tried to give me insoles. I knew I needed surgery because someone had told me I needed surgery. There was a guy in America who was like, "Oh, you've got this. You need surgery." Doctors don't like it. NHS doctors don't like it when you do that. Well, when I eventually got private healthcare, I went, "Oh, I need this." They went, "Cool. Do you want to do it next month?"
Right.
Whereas, like, I went to the NHS, I need this, and they went, "All right, here's some insoles. Try them for about 2 years or something and see how they go."
Seems reasonable.
So I ended up never getting the op. If I'd have got the op, I reckon I probably would have gone back in about 2011, probably.
I mean, it's it's probably good that you didn't.
The way things shake out, aren't they? But like, it is what it is. But I'm
Did you see
I'm
this?
excited by this.
Did you see this? The stuff we're doing now as a career?
Fuck no! I turned this job down 3 times before I said yeah.
Right.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How come you said yeah in the end then?
Wore me down. I fucking hated the job I was doing.
Right.
That's
the key though, isn't it? You know, you've got to try and find something that you enjoy doing.
I was doing quantity surveying and it was fucking brutal. Mate,
Was it? Yeah.
It's basically just filling out Excel spreadsheets and then arguing with
That's why you do spreadsheets. That's why you can do spreadsheets.
Yeah, I'm like black belt.
I know you are, and I've always wondered that. Say about this the other day, and I said something about spreadsheets, and I said I have to get Steve to look at it. And she went, Steve Howson, he's mint at spreadsheets. She went, what, really? I went, yeah. He's like a ninja at spreadsheets.
It's like 4th dan black belt in Excel.
You just don't think he is. I'm like, she bought us on a wine. I'm like, no, he is. Trust me. I've got a spreadsheet.
I can't do spreadsheets.
No, I can't. I'm like,
I've tried to.
But he's
So
like,
it's
yeah,
quantity
come here.
surveying, just doing like mad fucking sums and like if this one equals that, then this fucking carries on to this spread and
Right.
just graphs and
Is it all right? I didn't realise it was
no,
all
it's fucking
maths and
dull,
all
Jamie.
that, right,
It's
okay,
fucking
is it?
horrific.
Right.
And it was just like every month you have to calculate what's owed, what's this, what's that, and then people are ringing you up going, "You fucking billed me for 160 metres of scaffolding, you've only done 159.5. Oh
my God.
Shut the fuck up and pay us, will you? Fuck me. So yeah, it was angin, and it just wasn't me.
You had the website first, didn't you? Was it the blog?
Yeah. We did
similar
MUFC
to me.
latest,
I did
and
that.
because we had a blog, we got some. My mate used to work at Bridgewater Hospital. He used to do the medicals.
Yeah.
So he used to tell us when people were getting booked into medicals.
Nice.
So we just fucking used to write about it.
Nice
A few
work.
exclusives there.
And we had the Van Persie one. So we went from doing fuck all
Yes.
to like millions of hits.
Yeah,
And I
okay.
mean millions of
Yeah.
hits. I mean, I reckon we made about 40 quid out of it. In the course of about a year.
The good old days of
When you work that out by the hour, it might even be a penny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got the people who owned Full-Time Devils at the time were just like, "Oh, can you share these videos for us?" Like, yeah, all right.
Okay.
Cool. There's content in it, like let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then it was like, "Do you want to come on and come on them?" And it was like, "Okay." So like, you go and find the first videos of me on the channel. I'm actually wearing an Allied scaffolding like polo shirt
Yeah.
in my kitchen.
Yeah, we need to find
But
that.
that proves kind of what I'm saying in a way. You start off, let's say, small, but if you keep at it.
That's it. When people
Yeah.
go, "I could have done what you did." Yeah, you fucking
but you haven't-
absolutely
but you haven't-
1,000,000% could have.
But you
done.
haven't
Yeah.
done it. That's the point. That's the point. You haven't done it. Like, they haven't actually got off their whatever.
Yeah, I mean
do
that's
it.
the thing, and it's it's taking that risk as well. Like sometimes leaving a settled job, that you know.
Well, the
as
first
well.
time I said no, I'm like, am I, like, literally had the conversation with myself, am I, because I left the army to try and have what you see as sort of like a normal 9 to 5 sort of existence.
Yeah.
I overshot it. It was fucking dull. And when you do that, you're kind of thinking like, I was unemployed for a little bit as well. The first job I went into was TV installation stuff, like home cinema and shit like that.
Right.
I was there doing
Right.
that about 10 months until the company went tits up. So then I was unemployed for a bit, and I
Yeah.
was too proud to sign on. So for about 3 months, I just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Just walk the dog like fuck.
I certainly weren't too proud to sign on when I was on the jam roll.
So when I ended up getting into scaffolding, did about a year on the tools, and then it was like, "Do you want to train as a QS?" So
Right.
I did,
Right.
and I was like, "Right, this feels like progress. Like I wear a shirt and pants every day. I have a company car, and I'm like management in construction. That felt like it felt like a real job, and it felt like finger, but it was never me.
Yeah,
And,
sure. That's
And I was just like, fucking, I hate this. But the first time they said, they offered me like a day's work a week spread out over the week, so a couple of hours a day doing some tweets or some shit like that. And then I said, all right, bit of extra cash in it. And then by the time they offered me a full-time role, was like, I think audience development was my title, but it was like a bit of editing, a bit of presenting, a bit of whatever. I was kind of like, to go work on you. This is 10 years ago. Not now. I think now people will be like, oh, cool, yeah.
Yeah, of course, because
everyone, especially after the lockdown, I think everyone, that was like cranked it up a notch as well, didn't it? Because it was like everyone just did a YouTube channel.
10 years ago, so this is, well, it was 2015, I think it was. I did a lot all that year, so I fucking quit my job. We got married. We bought a fucking house all in that 1 year. It was the mad year, 2015. Obviously, Louis Van Gaal as well, so it was extra mad.
I remember, I think the first ever watch along I did with Andy Tate, you produced it.
Did I?
Yeah, it was one of your first. I think it might have been your first one producing it. Because I'd done like 1 or 2 videos with you as you as a presenter or as a contributor or whatever. I remember getting to media. I think it was a media set and you producing it, and I was like, right, I didn't know you did this. And you was like, I'm just sort of starting on it.
I met you before Jake. I remember writing a column for your website a couple of times, and that was when I first lived in Chile, when I first moved up here. So it can't have been any later than 2015. It might even been before that, because I moved up here halfway through Mancini's season, and I'm not saying it was then, but I don't even know how you contacted me. I don't maybe
probably Twitter.
Yeah,
you big time bastard getting Guardian writers on your
MUFC latest was legit, mate.
I know it was.
That's right.
I used to nick some of your content from that.
Yeah, we did well. We had there was a lot of decent people that was working for it at the time, and yeah, it was good. But you know, however you get into whatever you get into is however you get into it.
Defo.
Ultimately,
100%.
They asked me 3 times. The 3rd time, I was fucking double sick of it. It was the sort of gaff as well where if you had a fucking glance over at your jacket at like 2 minutes to 5, someone's like, "Hey, up, you're on a half day today."
Oh, you're joking? No, Steve. Oh, dear.
That was like when I worked in a warehouse. It was like everyone was just like, I'm looking at one of the clocks down because everyone just kept driving past it.
Yeah, so like it just wasn't my sort of fucking gaff, and then I eventually said, "Oh, fuck it, go on then, see what happens in it."
Yeah. When you started doing this, did you really enjoy it? Did you think, yeah, this is a bit of me, or was you a bit like?
Yeah. So I think the first sort of on-camera stuff that I really did sort of regular, I think it was the summer of like I think McCullough had gone to America with Saunders, Spencer's brother,
Right.
because he was our camera up. So him and Mackham had gone to America, and I think me and Chris had stayed behind here, and we was doing like, we had a show called Tomorrow's Transfers today, didn't we?
I remember that, yeah.
I like it, good title.
We had some fucking great show ideas, and we was doing that. We were doing that based here, but we go and do it like we fucking film it all over town. So like we'd be filming it in Ancoats, we'd be outside. We just did it in, I don't know why, but we just did it in mad gaffs all the fucking time. I remember doing one standing by the canal over here, and then I'd gone shopping in town, and like fucking I got stopped about 30 times by people, and I was like, whoa, this is a bit fucking on top, innit?
I hated it when I started doing. I went full time on Devils. And I used to start doing live videos. Right. The video would come on. Yeah. And the first 30 comments, a bit, who the fuck are you? What are you doing here? Where's Howson? Where's McCullough?
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I didn't do anything on Devils for about 4 years. Because my boss kicked off. Because remember, I used to cover City United.
Yeah, of course.
And the boss caught a video once of me slagging off City and calling him whatever. And I used to cover that, and he had a meltdown and was like, look, I can't stop you doing what you're doing, but I'd rather you didn't, and you went full time on the radio. So I used to do like the odd, like once a month where it'd be me and Steve chatting or whatever, but I didn't do much. So I sort of took a step back from it all, and then I went full time with it, and man, it was hard work, like getting people used to it, because they were like, where's fucking Steve Howson, where's McCullough? It was
oh, really?
Brutal, yeah. And I used to live in the comments, you know, like getting me in my head. And like taking
it out.
And now it's the other way around, isn't it, Jay? Jay, now it's the other way around.
Yeah, now like
where's Jay?
When Steve's on the video, like where's Jay? Yeah, I wish. But yeah, like I had to get in that thing of not listening to the comments, not getting, because it can be brutal.
Yeah,
especially in those first few months. Then people got used to it. They're all right.
No, they're not.
Well, all right, sorry. I'm lying. They get worse. You get more immune to it.
That's what it
is.
And
I got thick-skinned, and I was like, look, I don't really care, and you know, it's not that deep when you know Marshall_97 is calling you a whopper. Life goes on. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you know. Anyway, I think we've covered Ineos and that's his strategy.
I'm off. I'll see you later.
So thanks to Jay for coming on the
Thanks,
show.
everyone.
Yes, made me laugh because someone mentioned like, you're going to talk about Ineos, and then loads of people just replying like, you've come to the wrong show.
Listen, if we do, we do. But if like, there's no promises.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
it's the fucking Friday. It's 4:00.
Fair
We've
play.
done 7,000 videos. Jamie's wrote 2 books. Like, you know what I mean? We're all fucking tired.
Yeah.
We're just gonna chat about whatever we're gonna chat about.
What's going on with the? Sorry to bring it slightly back to football, because usually when we've had you on a Friday, you've been to the presser, but
Yes.
it's moved to Thursdays, hasn't it? Which
Yeah, I know. It
caught us unawares.
I was actually off yesterday, so I didn't go.
They did it. They thought he's not here. Quick, shift it to
but
Thursday.
The week before it was a Thursday. I'm not completely sure. Someone did ask one at press offices, but you just got like a change of schedule fobbed off answer. It's an interesting one, especially when it's a Sunday game, because without boring people too much.
Such a long time for that stuff to go out.
Well, I was just about to say, for it to hold kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like without, cause,
Is any of that embargoed still?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There'll be
Till
a Saturday night 10:30.
Fucking
I know. So
I know.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know why he's doing that. It's a bit odd. I mean,
Do you remember when he used to do them at the same time? United and City.
well, yeah, because that was when under Ferguson Mancini that happened. Is that what you mean? Because
Yeah,
it used
well,
to
I
be, 'cause you used to
remember-
scoot round to where cities used to be. The training ground around the corner from your. Yeah, and it used to be 9:30, 10. You could just about do it.
But then they
You know
did
what
it.
I mean?
I remember when I was doing press conferences, and me and Don McGuinness from Talk Sport.
Yeah.
He used to do United, and I used to sit, and we used to send the audio to each other.
Yeah.
We couldn't do it because when they gone to the Etihad.
Oh yeah. Then it was impossible.
Half an hour difference.
Well, that's still that. I know it's just changed Thursday, but that basically has been happening.
Really?
Ish. The last couple of seasons, you just can't do both. So it's usually United because obviously it's more sort of like.
You can say it. Jay. I know you.
Well,
can't
how can I
talk,
say
come
this? There's more going on at United at the moment.
Really? A lot of charges that's here.
Yeah.
What was that?
He said there's a lot of charges at City.
All alleged, and I'm sure they'll all be proven fine when they get their day in court.
All 115 of them. Yeah. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind they've just been stitched up
It's a
there.
lot though, innit?
115?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to read them all out?
About 40 minutes.
We did a video of Steve just reading them all out. Just nice and factual.
Good idea. I like that. That's a good idea.
He even got suited and
City
booted
fans
for it.
didn't like it.
No,
Suited and booted.
Funnily enough, they didn't take it very well. I thought it was informative. It was helping him. Like, look, we're going to show you what's going on so you know. And they didn't see it that way. They thought it was a United fan taking a piss out of him.
Who's they? Sorry, who did?
Just City. Every
City
City fan.
fans. Oh, okay.
Both of them.
It was, yeah. It wasn't very. It wasn't taken in good humour.
What could you do where you'd be like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like, let's say I've had an accident in my car. Oh, fucking hell. How many? Oh, I've had another accident in my car. How many is that? 115. Like, you'd be like, have you thought about a bus?
Yeah. Yeah.
What could you do where you'd be like, there's 115, and you go, oh, that's not really suspicious, and like, maybe don't do that again.
Yeah.
115's a lot, innit? Like, 13's a lot.
The way to look
It's
at
102 more than that.
Who's brought these charges? Is it the Premier League?
Yeah.
So either the Premier League have made the biggest balls up in the history of football.
By the way, Jay, and also they announced that they charged them within weeks of them being cleared by CAS as well. So that's doubly, like the timing of that to be like, haha, we're going to charge you just after you've just been cleared. That's ballsy, innit, if you're wrong.
If you're wrong, you've got like a lot to answer for.
They obviously would.
I know you've got to be diplomatic, Jay.
Well, I've got to be fair, basically. But they would have run it through their lawyers, the Premier League, and if they didn't feel they had a case to answer, which is all, or cases to answer, then it wouldn't have happened. So it is going to be very interesting when it gets to which I think is this year, this calendar year.
Well,
It's
this
going to
wants to be,
happen.
really, doesn't it?
Hey?
It wants
Yeah,
to be, because
then
some
they
of them
say
are 12 years old, aren't they?
Like, yeah, it's and then you see what's happening with Forest, you see what's happening with Everton.
Yeah.
Even
That's
United
the
have had a
regulation
fine.
stuff,
Oh,
though,
is
isn't
it?
it?
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry, I'm getting
so
confused.
what they want to
Forgive
do
me.
is they don't want to have Forest overspending last year impact them in 5 years. So they want you to almost be like, hey, slap on the wrist now rather
Right.
than down the line.
It's weird because it's like, I think Joe said it's like Schrodinger's cat with the whole...
Who said that?
Joe on the
Right,
channel.
yeah.
He said, because at the minute it's like, they are going to get done and they aren't going to get done. You know what I mean? It's like both things are the same. True, sorry, because you don't actually know. So there's a part of you that can sit here and think, well, there might be the wonderful scenario from United point of view where they go, you can forget them titles and you can forget all them things you've won. Or there might be the thing where they go, here's a £20 million fine, and you're having a 6-point deduction, so you're only winning the league.
Or they could be completely innocent, remember, of course. They can,
no, that's true. They can, the FA or the Premier League, can go to court, and City can have the day in court and prove themselves innocent.
And then Oster Pistorius and OJ Simpson didn't do it either, so...
Yeah, exactly. Well, their court cases speak for themselves. Alex Bailey has been a member of the first team for 38 months, says, I'm taking bets as to when Steve does a live with his pants off, whether it's before or after Title 21. Have you not done a live with your pants off yet?
Most of the ones I do in my bedroom. I
was about to say, sure, you've done
I used to
live.
get accused of doing stuff in my bedroom. I've not ever filmed a video in my bedroom.
Have you not?
No, I do them in my loft at home now.
Right, well,
There's no bed in that though.
I do them in my kitchen, the way God intended. Jed's Dead Baby says, I'd like to know why Jamie is also... I don't know if is this in jest? He's always so hostile and argumentative with Ten Hag in press conferences. And Jed's Dead Baby has been a member of the Academy for 40 months. Is that a joke? I didn't think are you like that?
Well, I'll tell you what, that's really interesting that this person interprets me as hostile, which is fair enough if that's the view. But I like to think of myself more playful and cuddly.
I always thought you've had a good relationship with managers.
Yeah,
I'm not just saying that because you sat here. I'll tell you the truth, I didn't.
No, I mean, I have to be honest, right? This is a really good example, I think, to back up what I'm saying. So Guardiola, when he was in charge of Bayern Munich, had a right old go at me when he played David Moyes' United. Bayern Munich, it was a 1-0 game, I think, a draw.
Old Trafford.
Yeah, and I said to Guardiola, I won't go into it.
Danny Welbeck's chip. Yeah. Danny, I love you, but bloody hell, son. Oh my God, I've got PTSD from that. So who was it who did a chip the other week? Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And I think I tweeted, I was like, Danny Welbeck against Bayern Munich.
I don't remember that. You've got a good.
You don't remember it?
Well.
Oh my God. You know what the worst thing was when Danny Welbeck did something like that? Because I used to love him. People around me looked at me like I'd done it. In Old Trafford, he went...
Yeah, listen, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's what it was like, trying to trick Manuel Neuer from 4 yards out.
I've been there. I got all the blame for because I was doing that biography of Solskjaer as he was managing. I was writing it. Every time it's a bad result, it was somehow my fault because I was writing a biography of him. It's hilarious.
I personally blame you for what went
But anyway, very quickly, to go back
time.
to this person's point, Guardiola had a right go at me in that press conference. I don't know, remember the taxi driver thing? Have I been through this with you?
Taxi driver thing.
No, you don't. Okay, so you can look this up now on YouTube. If you do Jamie Jackson, Pep Guardiola, taxi driver, you'll see our exchange. But in a nutshell, I said to Guardiola, because earlier in the press conference, he basically said something about United making it difficult around the area. Basically sort of saying, in essence, he didn't use these words, but that United were boring,
right,
or sort of negative, yeah. So I picked him up on this, and he went absolutely mental. Now, as I asked this question, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I did write a story about it as well, so you can find that.
Let's try and find it.
As I asked the question about his previous comment, I must have looked down at my notes or something, right? Looked away, because he then started saying, "Look at me when I'm talking to you."
Really?
I was like, what? And it got like, and I was like, I am looking at you, and it was a bit like, the taxi driver. So I actually said, the taxi driver scene in the middle. So I actually said to him, it's a bit like taxi driver this, and everyone cracked up. But anyway, what I'm getting to is that happened in 2013. Yeah, since he's been City manager. We have a bit of a laugh together, so he obviously doesn't hold any grudges or think I am particularly aggressive. Is that it?
Yeah, look at me when I talk to you. Guardiola confronts Guardian reporter. I'm worried about you here, though, Jay. I'm not going to lie to you, bro, because you wrote... this article says, the Guardian's Jamie Jackson was at the centre of a remarkable exchange with Bayern Munich coach Pep Guardiola after Tuesday's 1-1 draw against Manchester United, which is all fine until you would see that Jamie Jackson's wrote this.
Well, no, that's the Sam first. That's not
all right, sorry. No.
Yeah, that's a little bit third person, isn't it? I can't remember doing that.
Entirely third person.
I mean, you can do what you want. You know what I mean? It's your column. Well, yeah. We've got the transcript.
Yeah.
This is great. So, so you said, do you think Manchester United were a little bit negative by their tactics of crowding their defence?
That was it.
So Pep Guardiola said 9-9-9.
Michael Burke, great show.
Brilliant. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I remember the guy with a javelin through his neck.
Oh, I remember that.
Bloody hell.
Let's talk about his false nine there.
Nice.
Well played.
So then you said, that's what it sounds like a little bit. Do you think it's a little bit negative? They're at home. They're the 20 times champions of England. Nice one, Jay. Get that one in. Okay? Fucking have a bit of that. PG, I love this, the description. In a low growl. I didn't say that. Right,
He's a bell, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, I've had him being funny with me once at a presser. So Jamie Jackson,
Asking where all
no,
the normal people
I'm going to do this, Alf. I think you've done it, yeah. I think you've done it. No, I'm asking your opinion. Which probably got his back up a bit. So then he said, I didn't say that, I didn't. Then you've gone, okay. So he's gone, I didn't say that. He's my colleague. I respect my colleague, and colleague can play like, look at me when I talk to you. At this point, I seem to have looked away from Guardiola, which angered him. And then I love this. Me, surprised. Are you talking to me? So you've gone full Bobby De Niro, haven't you? Who the fuck are you talking to? And so then he said, yeah, look at me when I talk to you. He's gone full Jamie Redknapp. And then this is where it goes into like pantomime season. So you've gone, yeah, okay, I am looking at you. And then he goes, yeah. And then this is the best press conference ever, by the way.
That, by the way.
And then, yeah, he says, yeah. And then you, it says, keen to establish courtesy, it is a two-way street. Are you looking at me? Yeah. And then you laughing, it's like taxi driver this. And then him, I don't think he's laughing. No, but I'm talking to you. You don't look at me, so I'm trying to explain. Then you've decided to diffuse the situation by saying, calm down, which I think's elite, by the way. And he said, I am trying to explain. And then at which point the press briefing moved on. It's a shame because that could have gone on for hours.
But do you know what? You know what? What's the biggest one in Germany? Is it Bild?
Bild.
Yeah.
So that made only the website, not the paper. That made the sort of front page of Bild. That exchange.
That's good. That I like the fact that you've kept it going. Like,
but anyway, my point is he now gets on with me like a house on fire. So, you know, to get back to the original question, I'm not too sure. Maybe I'm a little. I don't know, call it abrasive, but maybe a little bit like sort of interested in asking a question which might actually.
I don't think
be
Tenag's
interesting.
great in press conferences. I think when he gets interviewed 1v1, he is.
Yeah.
But I think in a press conference,
I've never had a run in with
away.
Ten Hag. He's always quite sort of.
he's quite sort of school teacher vibes.
Yeah,
He's a bit one-word answer, I think.
Yeah,
in,
he's a bit
in press
staccato, like
conferences.
yeah.
I don't think there's.
I think when he gets interviewed like pitch side, I think you get so much more out of him.
Yeah.
I think the TV get more out of him there than the press conference
Yeah.
stuff.
Who have you found the most difficult of the United managers?
To be at a press conference.
Yeah.
That's a really.
I know they all have stages, like we were talking before. Like Jose, up to 2017, maybe even the beginning of 2018, was sound.
Yeah.
And then post that was difficult. And
Post Sevilla game.
Yeah, nailed it.
I mean, literally
absolutely
post Sevilla
nailed
game,
that.
but-
That was the turning point.
Yeah.
Van Gaal even beginning
Yeah.
quite funny, sitting in the press conference sometimes. Then he's next
I
thing
mean,
he's
you
got
know,
pieces of
obviously,
paper with Sam
the
Allardyce
Mourinho
on.
respect was to me as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So when he lost the plot, you know, the thing that
Was this
Paddy
the three?
Parrott-
Was that the same thing
What
as the
does that
three?
mean? I said, well, you just lost by 3, and he went, no, actually.
Bloody hell, Jay, you're a loose cannon, you son. You're worse than him.
He asked me though. I didn't know what else he meant. How did I know what else he meant?
Wow.
To be fair, what else are you going to say in that?
But I didn't know
yeah.
what he meant. What else could? Apparently, it was the amount of print. But my answer to the question is probably David Moyes, actually.
I only ever went to one Moyes
Moyes
presser, and
diet.
that was when he got unveiled. I didn't ask any questions. I just sort of sat there as he got grilled about Wayne Rooney.
Was that with the rabbit in the headlights, David Moyes?
Oh, big time. He
you
reminded
ever
me.
seen anyone's eyes as big as that? He was like,
Honestly,
he might as well sat there going, fuck it.
I've seen lottery winners who were less surprised at what happened to them than he was. I said, Fergie rang me, and I was thinking, what am I wearing? Fergie's going to come round to my house, so I had to change my T-shirt. And next thing he says, you're going to be United manager. Fucking hell, couldn't believe it.
He never goes,
What?
he never says okay.
Yeah.
He never agrees to this.
No, he just
goes, you're the new United manager, and he's like, I'm the new United manager.
Right, okay.
Not like, let me have a chat. You know I've already got a job. None of that.
Yeah, I better ring Jimmy Lumsden then. We've got work to do. Hey?
Jimmy, Shagger! You and Stevie Boy get out of mine. Don't bring your Everton tracksuits. We got new ones.
What is this? Succeeding the most successful manager in the history of football. And that's how it was done. That was, yeah, but he lost the plot, didn't he, Moyes? Very quickly.
Yeah,
Like, I know you don't want to be
no.
I speak ill of someone, but
No. I agree. I don't think he
documented.
went from Everton to United, and it was just completely different. I don't think he understood Manchester really as a football town. Remember that thing where I think it was actually Everton United lost to, and at your place, and he was still staying in the Lowry, and an Everton fan. You remember, I had a go at him. You saw him there. This is Moyes, and he got into an argument with him, and that became a story. It's just things like that. What he did,
He had a bit of a scrap, didn't he, with someone as well? I think that might have been he sat
not
scrapping
very
a wine
prudent.
bar or something. I mean, I get like sometimes you get people just.
He was out. He was
you out,
just
your
out of
missus
his
or whatever,
depth,
basically.
basically.
Yeah,
It took him a while to refine his feet. I mean, it went tits up like
Sausage Dad didn't work, did
Yeah,
it?
Sunderland
as well. Yeah.
Oh
Like, yeah.
yeah, that didn't work.
By the
And
way, I saw on Netflix yesterday there's a new season of Sunderland Till I Die. When's that filmed? Because it's like 2024, so I haven't watched it yet.
Have they still got
Anyone
that
in the
guy
comments
there?
let us know. Is it fucking mega or what?
have they still got that guy there who wanted to play house music?
By the way,
Outside.
if you're
He's
not
acing.
aware of that reference, that might be one of the best documentary scenes ever.
I think it is. I think
Because it's like, and then it's, have you seen the subtitles? House music stops. It's so
I've seen
fucking.
this docket. Is it worth watching? Is
my
it? Yeah.
God. Have you not
Is
seen
it-
Sunderland Till I Die?
No, is it good? Yeah.
I love it.
Jamie, I couldn't find a fuck to give about Sunderland. It is must watch.
it is right.
It
It
is
is
so good.
amazing. It's the lunatics are taking over the asylum, and I love the facts in the boardroom, whatever. You've got some people who are like,
Right.
"You're insane. What are you on about?" And there's others who are like, "Yeah." And then I love the guy that
So we
goes,
need to get more people through the door. He needs to be like a Beatha.
"Yeah," plays his house
Oh,
music. This is the
seriously?
music they're going to play when the players come out. It's like house music. And one of them says, this guy who I think got sacked immediately, goes, "Well, you want to fix the PA before you start worrying about what music you're going to play out of it."
And that's when he goes, house music
Yeah.
starts, isn't it?
I think-
and he's like, what?
What? Can we just stop the cameras? Yeah. Can I have the room a minute?
Well, it sounds like Partridge or something.
It's amazing.
It's so good.
Utterly amazing.
It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna have to.
I'll tell you what else is amazing. It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's the most revolutionary ball trimmer the world has ever seen. Yes, our friends at Manscaped, they've been at it again, and they've got the brand new Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. Yeah, me and Steve have been waiting for this. We're always talking about when's the 5.0 Ultra going to come out. The 4.0 is an ace, but we need the 5.0 in our lives. Well, it is here. Manscaped have got you covered, and with the code Howson, yeah, you get 20% off and free shipping. There's a link in the description. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're going, Jay, we love the 5.0 Ultra. This is great. We like technology moving forward. I'm all for progress, right? But I like the things that I like. I like the crop preserver. I like the crop toner. I like the shed travel bag. I like the anti-chafing technology. Yeah, I love all that. Well, you get all that. You get the weed whacker. You get everything you're used to with Manscaped and more. And things that are a little bit better as well. So go and check it out there. You're getting your 5.0, the Ultra. You're getting all the stuff you love. The crop preserver, crop toner, all that jazz. You're getting the Boxers 2.0. You're getting the nail clippers. You're getting everything you could want from Manscaped. This is the biggest advancement in ball trimming technology since the Lawnmower 4.0 came out. That's how big it is. So go and check out the link in the description. Use the code Howson. I've told you a million times, when you think of your balls, think of Howson. You'll get 20% off and free shipping. And your balls will thank you. And so will your better half as well. Because we all look good after Valentine's Day. Look, show you're still making the effort. Do you understand? Check it out. Big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this podcast. Brian Case even in the super chat, who's been a member of the Academy for 12 months, says, "Happy Friday, lads. Let's keep this off topic."
Yes.
Okay. Why not? Sounds good to me. If you could watch...
There's enough content out there about Ineos. Go fucking
Yeah,
find it.
fucking hell. Jamie's written some articles on it. Go and check them out. If you could watch one TV series again, like it was your first time,
good question.
Prison
what are you
Break.
choosing? Really?
Prison Break, season 1, because season... Like, do you know what happened, right? I
Go
think
on.
is
Talk to me.
my
Talk
hypothesis
to
on
me,
what
Goose.
happened with Prison Break.
Can we have a single?
They went, right, yeah, here's this series, we filmed it, it is what it is, blah, 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 blah. I think halfway through it airing, they went, fucking hell, this is good, isn't it?
Banged.
Yeah. They went, better write a fucking second one. And then after that, they was like, but all the crew have fucked off.
Right.
Look, I've got 50 quid, let's make a second season.
Yeah.
And
Was
I
it not
think-
as good the second season?
Oh, the fall off is bad.
Oh, really?
I'm talking the Matrix films fall off. Yeah?
Right, okay.
It's like...
Basically, you've got season 1 is The Matrix, season 2 is Open Water.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's right. It does. And then it goes from like being...
It's such intricate fucking genius
Right,
writing.
okay.
Like, it's all linked to this geezer's tattoos.
Right.
And then season 2 is just like...
Right.
In that when it goes like the conspiracy theory, it's the president and all
It's
that.
one episode. They could have done it in an episode. It's fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's bad.
And then they spun it out for, I think, another 3 seasons.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it must have made a fucking fortune.
Did you ever watch Heroes?
Oh, yeah,
No.
I did start watching that.
Yeah, because
it
that
was
did
quite
that, didn't it?
good.
But that was because of the writer's strike. So season 1 of
okay.
Heroes comes out. It's
Yeah.
like a surprise, massive hit.
Yeah.
Everyone loves it.
Season 2, they're like, work experience can
Yeah,
run this.
because they've got no writers. The writer's strike happened, so they had to get like literally, you know, people just graduated from uni and got a
Right, okay.
job yet. and the drop off was massive, and by that time it had a big following as well. So everyone was.
Is that your answer to the question? What series would you watch?
So you're saying Prison Break. I'm saying if I could watch one series again, like I'd never seen it before, it'd be The Sopranos. Because I love The Sopranos, but I've watched it so many times.
I'm going to say The Wire, but I've never really tried The Sopranos.
Have you watched The Wire? It's good. The Wire is my second favourite.
Good, isn't it? Yeah.
Really good. I love
so if The Sopranos is better than that, it must be absolutely amazing, because I thought The Wire was pretty decent.
It's very close.
Band Brothers will be in there, I think, as well.
Oh, that's a shout.
Band of Brothers.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
That's really good.
Me and one of my mates watched all episodes with helmets on in basic training.
Did you? What, all at once? Or?
Yeah, back to back. Do you know what's another good one? Which it did not penetrate to the level that Band of Brothers did, or any of the rest of the films that we've talked, or series that we've talked about. It's called Generation Kill. You can get it on.
Is that about a tour of?
It's 2003 invasion of Iraq.
That's what I thought you meant. Because I've seen that. Sorry to interrupt, but I remember. I was just as you were talking about that, I was just thinking when I watched it, I was really. Yeah, it was the same guy when it did The Wire, wasn't it? Or
yes.
Yeah.
And it was written by a geezer that wrote for Rolling Stone.
That's right.
So it's taken from a book that he did, embedded with
that
the
was
troops.
good.
It was so good, and it was one that actually veterans went, "Oh, there you go. This is what it's like." None of the fucking Hollywood nonsense, none of the fucking Hurt Locker shit. This is the one where it's just like desperate to get in the fight. Don't actually ever really fucking actually get into the fight, and when you do, it's over in 5 seconds. You're like, what? Was that it? It's fucking insane. It's so flawlessly perfect from the way the lads interact with each other, the fucking casual racism with each other, the fucking piss taking, talking about each other's mums.
Right.
Like that is whoever wrote that.
It's just one series, wasn't it? Yeah. Because I remember watching it, because I don't think any of them actually died, do they stay in it? And I was thinking all the time, I don't want any of these people to die, and they don't, but you obviously think surely it's going to happen because it's war, but they actually get, there's just this whole tension all the way through. It's really, what was it, like five episodes or something for it?
No, it was, I think 8.
I did watch all those.
They're about an hour long each.
Yeah, good, really good.
Was it designed to only be one series, or did something like?
I think it probably was, because it was based off just one book.
Yeah,
but it's the fucking kid eating Rip Fuel as he's fucking driving along, and you're like, this. Only someone who's done tours knows these little fucking weird intricacies of the shit that the lads are doing. Like, it's so.
Have you watched it? Sorry,
I have watched it. It's amazing.
Yeah, so you don't have to have been.
It's one that got like. I reckon if they pulled civvies, like people going, well, no one died, and they didn't really get any fucking major fight. Like, it was a bit boring, but there's still drama there, and there's and it's real.
Yeah,
it's so fucking real.
Good shout. I was trying to remember what it's called.
Yeah, it's excellent. When I go on, I don't do a lot of elliptical. People in the comments are going, obviously, but like I like to do my exercising outside. But if I ever go on the elliptical, I put one of them on.
Right, I might watch it again. Actually,
it's so.
Is that hanging around on Netflix?
He's said this.
It's on YouTube. So I bought the series. I think it was like £8 or something for the whole series on YouTube
at the time. Yeah.
Rami Helme. I mean, I need to check that out. You've mentioned it a load of times. I keep saying I'm going to, but I keep forgetting. Rami Helme, sorry, says, Jay, if you like The Sopranos, there's this Italian show called Gomorrah.
Oh, yes.
You fucking love it. I do love it.
I've watched one of the episodes, the first episode.
Amazing, isn't it?
I think Janine watched this.
Mate, it makes The Sopranos look like Gilbert and Sullivan. It's absolutely brutal. Like, just unreal.
Innit?
But not like gratuitous violence. It's like realistic, and you think like, wow, they do not mess up. It's like literally the mafia, innit, in Napoli. Or Naples.
Actually, which allows me to ask, have you seen the Maradona video documentary when he's in like the local Godfather's house? That's unbelievable, isn't it? Like, whole video stuff like that.
What went on with Maradona, innit? He's like, he's got that Cantona quality of being more than just a player.
Oh yeah,
like there's
100%.
so much more going on.
What's your Rogue 11?
Rogue 11.
So it's Eric and Maradona up front.
Let's do it together, right? Eric and Maradona up front, right?
Bosnich in goals.
Ooh, cheeky. Me and him used to share the same hobby. Go on.
Yeah. You have to put Mutu right wing.
Let me start.
Mutu.
What's that? Was me.
Adrian Mutu, he's a footballer. He used to play for Chelsea.
Yes, Adrian Mutu,
and again he used to.
Why was his contract cancelled again?
He's
in love with the Coco.
Yes. Did he end up having to pay Chelsea like 30 million quid or something?
Yeah, in conversation.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It was a day night out.
Who else are we having then?
Well, I mean, Romario liked a drink.
Romario
and could play.
I loved Romario.
And could play.
He could play.
He was mint. Do you remember when what was it, World Cup they didn't go to, the 2002 World Cup? Where,
Oh, yeah,
where he didn't go.
Yes.
And he did a press conference where he was crying. And it was like, he
Aren't you 45?
Yeah, he was like crying and like he didn't know why he hadn't been picked and all this. It was amazing. But Scolari was having none of it. I'll put Romario in. Well, let's have a,
What about centre backs? I'm trying to think, defence or midfielders. Or...
You'd think centre backs is the ultimate rogue position, but they're not springing to my mind.
No, that's yeah.
Certainly not Gareth Southgate anyway.
No, that's the opposite.
He once had a flavour of water and had to fucking lie down because he got too carried away.
I'm trying to, rogue centre backs.
Do you know what? You've got to take it to like the 80s, haven't you? Basically, let's just go and knock on fucking the cliff door.
Yeah.
In about 1987.
Paul McGrath.
Yeah.
There, put someone in there. He used to, by his own admission, it's in his books, I'm not taking a mick out of the guy, he used to drink a bottle of Southern Comfort, go out on the pitch, not remember any of it, and he'd come back off, and he'd been man of the match. I mean,
mad, isn't it?
That's unreal. But yeah, and
Yeah, Norman Whiteside, I reckon, is probably in the mix of that.
Whiteside, yeah, he's got to go in there.
Have you put Lee Sharp in this?
Yeah, 100%. He was the pioneer.
We might be able to do a United 11 here.
Doesn't seem like that's a lot.
No, we're saving a spot here for George Best, I think.
Yeah, he's got to be in there, hasn't he?
He might be the captain.
Yeah, I think even I think even Maradona's book, when he talks about him, he says people say I was crazy. This guy was even crazier than me, which is just ace, isn't it?
Shows how good they were to be able to do. Like Maradona. I think Wenger said, "Imagine what player he would have been if he hadn't."
Do you lose something though?
Yeah.
Like, because people say that about Rooney. Like, if Rooney had been more like Ronaldo
or Michael Owen,
would he have not won more? Or
it's a very good point.
But then he was a street footballer from Croxteth or wherever he's from, who played like. That's why a lot of us related to him, because he played like when he was a kid on the street. Yeah. Obviously, a lot better than we were, but you can relate to that. And I think if you'd have took some of that away from him, that little bit of
devil or whatever,
but maybe
When I coach kids, and I'm talking like 8 and 9-year-old kids, the naughty kids, the ones that you fucking go stick that bib on, they throw it back, you put a bib on, and you're like, them kids.
Yeah.
They were always Gazza's in the team. They were always the kids that would dribble past 5 or 6 players. Like, and I think that sort of. Yeah, that naughtiness, I think, leads to some sort of a creativity in them.
Do you think
that non-conformity?
They used to do their own thing,
Yeah, I think that is a character trait that, I don't know, shows itself in a certain type of expression. Cantona wasn't, a Maradona-style dribbler or a Gaza-style dribbler or whatever, but he expressed himself different. And he was seen as a rebel without a cause because of that, wasn't it? And I think if you take away... Like, how shit is it when you got... Imagine 11 players that are all like Michael Owen, and you go, what would you like to watch again? He's like, I've never watched anything.
I know.
You go, fuck off.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like,
never seen a film? Watched like 4 films in his life.
There's a weird lie in it. He's obviously watched more than 4 films.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
You've never seen that?
He's did a tweet.
Never read a book, never watched any films.
And it's obviously not true.
Why would you say it then?
Because I don't know. I think he's thinking that's like quirky, sort of funny.
Oh, I see. Right,
what am I like me? I've never watched the film, mate. Well, you obviously have. Like, everyone's watched some films. But you know what, though?
I think he's such a fucking bore that I actually semi-believe it.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I suppose. He's probably, he's just sat, watching the wall when everyone's watching a film or watching paint dry. But I don't know, it just seemed like
watching
a weird...
horse racing.
Yeah, remember, that was a great show on MUTV, Michael Owen Stables.
What's the one?
Yeah, I never watched it. I just remember it was advertised like Michael Owen Stables on MUTV.
Wow.
That's why I don't subscribe. Right, so what about someone like really rogue like El Hadj Diouf?
Right, yeah.
Like, because he was nuts, wasn't he? Like, full on.
There's got to be some...
A lunatic.
There's got to be some, like... without fucking painting an entire nation here, and like entire fucking nation, like some South American nutters have got to fucking take it up a notch here, surely.
Yeah, like there's a few that have just gone like, wow.
Is there not someone where you're like, well, but as well as banging him in for Medellin FC, he also ran the Mexican fucking cartel. Like, there's got to be one of them fellas, hasn't there?
You're like, I know I'm showing my age.
Oh, like, is it not like a Serbian who was like, well, you don't want to know what he was up to in that little conflict they had in Yugoslavia.
Yeah,
like, there's got to be a few of them.
Do you know what I mean? Brian Casey says Razor Ruddock. He was
bore off.
He was like Mr.
He was just a lump.
Yeah. Someone says Vinnie Jones. That's a bit like, it's a bit.
Why was he a rogue?
Yeah. Di Canio?
Yeah, he's a rogue.
I'm not a Nazi, I'm a fascist. That's not an argument you hear very often.
Is that what he said?
Something like that, yeah.
Wow.
When he did the fascist salute, or the Nazi salute, let's not pretend, when he was at Lazio or whatever it was.
Right.
But that's how we tried to defend it, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
which
Like,
is quite the
Are you
argument.
confusing the Nazi salute with the fascist salute?
Come on.
Fucking amateur.
What's wrong with that? I was like, what? What is this? What's that? This, he's actually got worse since he was pushing over referees.
Yeah, he's a rogue.
Yeah, he's definitely a rogue. Scott154 says, Tony Adams, Rene Higuita and Valderrama. Not a bad shout there with Rene Higuita, because he was a rogue.
He was the Scorpion.
Yeah.
And he
Was he a rogue? Right. I didn't know that.
and he was like, he was a bit crazy.
George Campos, Mexican keeper, he was off his
I was
fucking
thinking
trolley.
of him. Yeah, he thought he was a striker, didn't he?
Well, he is what goalkeeper do you know that wears number 9 and has 2 shirts on? One's a goalkeeper shirt, and halfway through the game, he's going to be like, hey, I'm going up front, boss. And he has an outfield shirt on with his number on underneath. Yeah. Jamie, if you're going to do another book, George Campos needs to be one of them.
There you go. I love that.
Because actually, genuinely...
Have we got a story for you, Jamie? Put this in your book.
He was a fucking absolute loon, but he was a good outfielder.
Mexico, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was, I remember
Fully
the
off
first.
his trolley.
Remember that Nike advert that you saw be on? Kicking the ball to each other on the billboards. That was elite, that Nike advert. 'Cause
yeah.
He was the one that saved it at the end. That was sick, that. I don't ever read this out, so forgive me. Patrick Cassidy has been a member of the Academy of 38 months. Says just the 38 months for me last night. Someone said Gallus. Gallus is like David O'Gorman. He was just salt.
Oh, William Gallus.
Yeah, do you remember when he salts at Birmingham, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
Because
no.
they missed that penalty or whatever, or they got a penalty last minute and they missed it. Oliver Kahn, Craig Bellamy. Some of these are just thugs.
Yeah,
I think
just
you've got to be a
battles.
bit more than...
No, yeah, he's a bit of rogue. You've got to be a bit
I don't know,
more-
you know what? I quite respect Craig Bellamy because some lads I knew were in Vegas and they saw him across the road. So they shouted abuse to him and he ran across the road and kicked off of him. And the guy that was shouting all the abuse shit himself. There's a kind of respect. Do you know what I mean?
I'm in for that.
Because it's red hot as well in Vegas.
Yeah,
He's running
he's
across
I
the
saw
road
you,
in
did I?
Vegas.
Remember?
Yeah. In fact, this nutter, on our last day in Vegas, I bumped into him and I was like trudging through the strip knackered because it's roasting and he's running. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just going for a run. I was like,
Do you like Vegas?
You know what? I was disappointed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like the first time you've been?
Yeah.
I
It
fucking
was.
hate it.
No,
It wasn't what I thought.
People think I'm
LA,
lying when I
yes
say
please.
this.
LA, I love.
I ran out of steam.
Do you know what it is? It's fake.
Yeah, you ran out of steam very quickly. You wanted to go, I think, before the game.
No, I got there. I want to feel like I got there Saturday morning, and I was trying to leave Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, because I spoke to you and you were like, I'm looking at
The
flights.
hotels, no disrespect to the Trafford Centre, I like the Trafford Centre. You know, the hotels are like Trafford. It's like being in a big shopping complex. These hotels, I just couldn't understand.
Also, as
And
well.
shit.
Yeah. And
Like,
also,
when was this last renovated? 1990.
they are a bit gritty, aren't they?
Yeah, the Luxor where we
Even
stayed,
like
right
we
at the
went,
bottom, yeah.
we went to a few, and they were all a bit gritty.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Food was shit. The only place that was good that we had was Seagulls on the last night. It
yeah.
was literally the only place we had good service and good food.
Yeah.
And it
And
was
so
literally
went
leaving.
to split the bill.
Yeah,
And then
that
they went
confused
all
them a
well
little bit.
moody with us.
Who?
We had Seagulls where he's so bad. It was great. It was like
Food was great, service was great,
yeah.
and it was literally it's noteworthy because it was the only time that happened in America.
yeah. I mean, there was some reek moodiness over there, wasn't there? Like getting that car hire once was like, I know it's first world problems, but honestly,
The fucking bar, the Irish bar inside Caesar's Palace.
we sat at a table, an empty table.
got a drink at a bar,
Yeah.
got served, table behind us. So we sat down, and she's like, can't sit here.
What the fuck do you think you're doing? I was like, what? She's like, well, you can't sit there and get drinks from the bar. You have to get her to serve you.
I'm like, okay.
And we were like, right, okay, well, we didn't know that
Yeah, sure,
because
yeah.
that's not a thing we're aware of. And also, you know, moving forward, okay, we'll do it from now on because we don't give a
And
shit.
she's like, no, get out.
yeah. It's like, no, you've had your chance, you fucked it, out you get.
I was like, one of your members of staff told us we can sit here. She's like, no, they didn't. I'm like, is her there?
it was like proper.
Wow.
Like, it was like you with Pep Guardiola. Yeah, look at me when I'm talking to you. Soz hard.
Anyway, then we took, we went to a place around the corner, and Ethan got danced on by a lady with her boobs out.
I've never seen a lad shit himself so much as
As
Ethan.
As Ethan.
He was not like he was.
All
like,
right, but yeah, he was there,
like,
wasn't he?
help me.
But it was a weird bar because it was like 5 in the afternoon,
Yeah.
and it was like,
The thing with
no
Vegas,
one's in this vibe,
Yeah.
but she's got a kit off.
If you're not,
All right, cool.
I'm not really a
Fucking
gambler.
hate me.
I
Yeah,
don't
no,
drink.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what I mean? After,
I
like,
was disappointed. I didn't want to be disappointed. I was kind of thinking, oh, you know, it's me, but just it's okay.
Joe, I think, likes Vegas. People who've never been out.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bit too much in it. Like,
it's just shit, Jay.
Yeah.
It's just like...
I know this sounds crazy. People will be going, what are you on about, lads? Get a grip, but...
No, it was just crap. Everything was crap. Like, I did do a bit of a diva moment on one of our last days. That fucking Wet Republic.
Oh, yeah. Well, you did, but was it your GoPro or something?
Yeah, can't have this. All right, I'm going home then.
Yeah. And when he said home, he meant roast him.
I'd walk for 45 minutes in my hotel
Yeah.
to get to the place, because Wet Republic was in our hotel. It was a 45-minute walk inside my hotel to get to it, to get put into a queue, to get fucking searched. And wasn't it $2,000 or something for the fucking thing?
Don't bring it up.
And then
Stephen,
he was like, you can't come in here with that. And I was like, so what do I do with that then? He was like, you have to put it in your room. And I'm like, it's an hour and a half to get back. I'm not coming back.
Yeah. And it was getting to that stage. I think this is the day after the game. We're all getting, we've been at a point where we've been together 3 weeks. There's not been any dramas. So I'm not out like, look, if he wants to go, leave him. Yeah, I'm not going to start trying to talk him into something he don't want to do. Let's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, why don't you just come? No, right, just leave him. Just no, let him do what he wants to do, man. Do you know what I mean? I know, but that's like, he was ready to get a fly up.
The fact I'd stayed for the match was more than I thought it was going to be.
What do you think of LA? Because a lot of people say LA's soulless. I love it. I absolutely love LA.
We loved San Diego. You did LA, didn't you? I didn't do LA.
Yeah, I did. Well, we did San Diego. We was there for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
San Diego's. I think you'd like San Diego. It's got soul.
I was there.
It's got soul.
Yeah, I love San Diego. Yeah.
But when did you go to LA for your comedy stuff?
I'm on the West Coast, and I'm like, well, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to visit LA loads probably in my life. So like, let's hire a car and drive to LA. So I took Ronaldo. Me and Ronaldo just drove to LA. We met a guy who worked at NASA, who's a fan. So shout out if you're watching. And then we went and watched one of my mates at the Comedy Store in Edwards.
So good.
Ran into Bobby Lee. It was like, oh, you got to go after him.
Mate,
which is so fucking nuts, isn't it?
Insane.
Had a great set. Went and had something to eat. Had a bit of a mooch around Venice Beach. And then sat in traffic for a bit and then drove on the next day to Vegas. I just think it splits the journey up for going from San Diego to Vegas as a long old drive.
I drove it. I hired a car, loved it. But yeah, it's a long old drive.
I did the same. I think we drove it. It was all right.
Do you know what's even longer? You can drive it with Ronaldo in the car.
Oh, mate, I don't. Yeah. I could tell you getting text. You've already sent me a text at one point. He said Steve's asked something, and then the end of the text was all capitals, and he went. And then when I saw him, I was thinking, who the fuck's he talking to? Not me and you, me and Ronnie. And he went, Steve told me to type it out like that. You're obviously snapping. It was like, what time are we filming in capitals? And I was like, what's all this about?
There's about 6 accidents that happened on the freeway. And we must have been within 100 metres of every single one of them.
Jesus.
We had no dramas, but it was like, it happened like 100 metres up. Fucking tyres or fucking wingers come winging past us. And then, you sat in traffic stationary. It's only about fucking 200 degrees out.
No.
We had a soft tops. We had the fucking.
I think it works.
Did you?
I think it works for you, Ronaldo, though, because you have this ability to switch off with Ronaldo when you need to. And I always say, like, really what he just said. And he's like, don't worry about it.
How could you do it with tops with the soft tops? Surely. Because I sure it's just too much sun on you as you're driving, right?
I love the sun, so
I do, but I'd put the window down this drive, from San Diego and I'd have to switch, put it back up again. It was just so hot. It was ridiculous.
Oh, it's hot. I like it also. I mean, the only time it was too hot. So who got announced? Something happened where I had to go fucking live in Death Valley. On the day I got this.
Oh yeah, you did your video on your channel. What was it? Was it?
Was it a signing?
It must have been. It must have been a signing. Who did we sign in the summer?
Martinez.
No, it's this
summer.
It's this summer. So was it Mason Mount?
No, he'd already been on the tour by then.
Wasn't Onana because he was there.
Holland?
Might have been Holland. The confirmed sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly.
That makes sense.
So I had to pull over and the fucking...
Everyone's saying Holland.
Was it Holland, yeah. So the fucking GoPro kept overeating. It wouldn't actually record me, so it took us a few fucking goes to record it.
So hot, wasn't it?
Yeah, and so we're in Death Valley, but it's like got that... There's a bit of sand in the air, so it looks cloudy. It doesn't actually look like sunny. But you're like, anyway.
It's mad, some of the videos where we were filming them when we were there. Like, if you look where, you did one in the pool, didn't you, when we was in San Diego. Some in the Vegas Strip, there's all these different venues. It looks sick.
I can't wait to look back on them. And I can't wait till we have a season. Imagine summer 98 and going into that season, recording it all, the excitement as you sign Dwight York, the excitement as you bring in Yap Stam and some of the shit, because some people were like, why have we paid 10 mil for fucking Steve Bold? Like, there'd have been all sorts of shit like that going off. But then, as you crescendo to that fucking last 3 or 4 months, if you had fan reaction on camera for all of that lot and vlogs of the... Can you imagine what the summer tour would have been like there? Did we go Australia after it? Oh my fucking God.
They're going back there, aren't they?
Are they?
Yeah,
US.
America,
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck
it's been, I
off.
think that's been confirmed.
No, I'm not
confirmed.
going then.
Well,
You don't like
you're gonna
it,
have to. You're gonna have to make a cameo.
You don't like
We'll
it?
fly you over for.
I'm not saying necessarily Las Vegas, I'm saying America. I think it might be San Diego.
America, I thought it's Australia.
No, sorry,
America.
America.
No, you've got to come and get involved. We've got to.
I think City are going there as well.
You
to
might
probably
need to talk
play
to the
each
wife
other.
then, because I'm going to be away for a month for the Euros.
Same
Well,
here.
actually, I'm away from like the 4th of June, so I'm going to go do, it's the 80th anniversary of D-Day, so I'm going Normandy.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. Very, very excited about going
Fair
Normandy.
play to you.
Commemorate the maddest fucking mission that anyone's ever done, ever, with no plan B. So it's like, what happens when this doesn't work? Well, let's just work it out. What happens, eh?
Cross
Like,
that bridge when it
what
comes
a
to it.
fucking mad idea that was. And like, the heritage of my regiment's glider pilot regiment, parachute
Right.
regiment. So it's like, let's just fucking crash.
Is it really? Yeah,
And then
right,
as we'd all steam out with like whiplash and that, we'll just fucking attack the
It's
tanks.
fucking...
Sorry, what? What the fuck sort of idea is this, lads? What are we doing? And then, but that's what they did, and it worked.
I know.
And then,
Yeah.
well, you know, and whatever. But I can't wait to go to that. I've never been to Normandy for any of the parades, and 80th anniversary feels like if there's anyone still fucking kicking around from the ones that actually did it, and I believe there's a few.
Is
but
there? Is there
There's
right?
not fucking many,
Sure.
as you would imagine.
Sure.
80
Yeah,
years
because they
down
got to
the
be
line.
like.
I mean, if they were,
Yes.
if they're either 100 or fucking knocking on the door.
Yeah.
So very excited to go and to do that.
Yeah.
But then from there, basically to
Germany, yeah.
we're going. Are you going?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Where are you staying?
I don't know where I'm based yet. But I'm hoping Berlin, but I'm not sure.
Have you seen the geography of Germany?
Yeah, a little bit.
Berlin's like Newcastle, and all the action's down like Bournemouth area.
Well, you said it's a good point, but all the house music and record shops that I want to go to in Berlin.
Are they? Okay, good point, well made.
Don't forget your vinyl
I think
as
we're
well.
in Dusseldorf.
Yeah.
We're going Dusseldorf.
Yeah, Ruhr Valley, yeah, know it well, yeah. Nice.
Well, Dusseldorf's where we're based, so
Yeah.
we're going to be based there in Dusseldorf for a month. So then, I don't think I'm fucking going anywhere after that. To be honest.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if we can get you over for at least a cheeky weekend in the US. Can't disappoint
Little
everyone.
cheeky one, come on.
You know, everyone got excited when they saw me because they were like, JJ, he's still here. That's all I heard in America. I was like, fuck off. Just before we wrap up, Abdullah Ibrahim says, Steve, did you watch Breaking Bad?
Good.
I'm going to give you my controversial opinion. Overrated.
Good. I liked it.
Do you know you got into it? I didn't really get into it.
It takes 3 seasons, in my opinion, to get going. I don't want to argue with you, Jay.
No, fair enough.
Maya Amateur says, Generation Kill redefined what Whooper Jr. means to me. Have you guys seen Masters of the Air?
Whopper Junior.
Well, he's put Whooper, so it's Whopper Jr., right? Sorry. No, I haven't, but I've seen it's on Apple
Yeah, I have
Plus.
started watching Masters.
Is it any
of the
good?
Air.
'Cause it's on Apple Plus. And I need to
They
watch
called
more
it Band
to
of Brothers.
justify.
You've set a very high bar, and it does not reach that bar.
Nothing does.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's all right. It's fine, but it's not. It's not even Memphis Belle. Like it doesn't touch
Wow.
Memphis Belle. Doesn't touch fucking Band of Brothers.
Memphis Belle, there's a film.
not
I've
seen
put a link in the
What?
chat.
I've not seen Band of Brothers either.
Harry Connick Jr.
Jesus Christ.
But I will-
Defeating the Nazis. What's the matter with you? I've put a
Like
link
singing
in...
Danny Boy.
Exactly. It's like a documentary. I've put a link in the chat
Don't like
to Jamie's Substack. So go and check that. In fact,
Yeah, Eric Ten Hag book's on there.
I'll do another one. I've done another one there. Go and check that out. Big thank you to Manscaped as well. There's a link in the description. Mr. Howson, what are you up to this weekend? Talk to me, Goose.
Got a cup game tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one for us.
Right.
Got no fucking players, so
Well,
they don't have this problem at fucking professional level, do they?
I don't know. Sometimes I think you know. I mean, was it City when they didn't have? Pep was doing that weird thing of not filling his bench.
Yeah, but
Remember?
he's only got fucking.
I
What,
think he had the same
400
problem
academy
as you
players.
Well, there you go. You busy Saturday? You can get your boots on.
Well, I've got City v Chelsea at 5:30.
Come on, man.
No, you don't-
Kick off?
2 o'clock.
With me in the team, you
Chelsea
lose
can
about
make
500 0. You don't want me in it.
Right.
I've got players. I've signed a couple of new players on this week, but because it's a cup, there's like eligibility rules. So you
cup
can't
tie.
just fucking throw them in. So bit of a pain in the ass.
Go and check out Stretford Paddock FC channel as well. Go and check out Stephen Howson TV. Go and check out Jamie's Substack. And obviously all his writing at The Guardian. That's been Jamie Jackson. That's been Stephen Howson. I've been Jamie Motty. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.